All right, and we're live. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to Shifting Lanes. I'm here at near the Washington-Baltimore area in Kent Island, Maryland, and I'm here for the 2017 WAPARally. What is that? That is the Washington Automotive Press Association rally that's held once a year, and basically they invite all the journalists to come in and drive a bunch of different cars. So in this parking lot, there's a ton of cars and there's keys inside. We're not going to drive it because we just had lunch and they're not allowing people to drive, but anyway, we can drive any of these cars throughout the day. It's fantastic. There's a bunch of awesome cars, and for this video I just wanted to I wanted to test the live stream for not just for YouTube but for the Drive Tribe chat app. So basically we want to try out if the chat and live stream thing works. So this is just a test, but anyway, I wanted to do a quick walk around of all the different cars that we have here just to test this out, and again just to show you guys how awesome it is to be around here. So let's just walk around and see who's here. So we're coming up on the Volkswagen booth, and they have, of course, right next to the Volkswagen booth, they also have a couple of Audis, and some of these Audis just look so amazing. Yes, there are Volvos, and it's right there. So we've got the XC90 or XC60 and the S90 sedan. But I want to take a look at this. This is the Audi RS3 Quattro. This is a tiny car, but you know what? Big heart, big engine. It's this thing is going to be fantastic to drive. So let's take a quick walk around this very orange, tiny sedan. Have you ever seen these lights light up? It's such an interesting pattern when you hit the turn signals. Again, really fun car. Not sure if we can go inside right now. Yeah, you can step inside. Again, it's got the dual clutch transmission, but look how small it is inside. But oh my gosh, look at these seats. Fantastic. So anyway, if you're just tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're from Drive Tribe, hello, thank you. I hope that this chat is working. And here we have a couple of Land Rover Discoveries, and here we are. This is probably the most expensive car. No, not probably, is definitely the most expensive car in this parking lot. This is the 2017 Wraith, Rolls-Royce Wraith Black Badge. So this has a 6.6 liter twin turbo V12 making 624 horsepower and 642 pound-feet of torque. This exact copy dials in at $421,000, and it looks gorgeous. And right next to it, we've got the Cadillac CT6. Beautiful car. And so that's the end of the parking lot. Let's turn ourselves back around here. You know, this is the Honda booth. There was a Honda Civic Type R here. We're not sure where it is, but we're definitely going to try and drive that around later. So here we've got the Infiniti and Nissan booth. You know, we've got some powerhouses here. Again, we've got the coupe and the sedan version. Here we've got some Nissans. We got the Rogue Sport and the Armada. Oh, and there's the Civic Type R just rolling up. And let's use the Mazdas as the backdrop here as the Civic Type R rolls by. So let's, while it's parking, let's take a look inside what the Civic Type R looks like. Of course, from the outside, it just looks gorgeous, and that gray color, it really makes the red pop. But yeah, it looks fantastic. course, it's the fastest front-wheel drive car at the Nürburgring. We're gonna take a look inside. We've got the big wing out back. And just fins everywhere. Just all of these features. Of course, you've got that exhaust. Looks like they're going to take this out for a spin again, so we might not be able to jump inside. Can I just jump inside and take a look around?
Oh yeah, of course.
Great.
I don't think we're taking it out right now, but...
Yeah, right. We're just doing a live stream. I just want to show people the inside of the Civic Type R. This is actually my first time too. So let's close the door so it doesn't beep on us. There we go, nice and quiet. I'm going to push the seat back here so that I have some room. But of course, the most important feature of any car is a manual transmission, and the Civic Type R of course has it, of course. But this is the inside. Just all the detail in here, the amount of red, the amount of just carbon fiber trim. Again, you know, it's just like a tasteful amount. And even though the outside looks a bit noisy, on the inside it's I mean, it just looks like any other Civic with just, you know, some tasteful red trim and carbon fiber here and there. So I think it looks gorgeous. There's the key. Of course, we could just take it out for a spin, but again, they're closing the exits right now, so we can't actually go out. But I'm hoping to jump in this car a little bit later. The back doesn't have as much red accents except for the seatbelt, but just check out this front seat. Again, it's heavily bolstered. It's got the Type R emblem there. But anyway, let's of course, this is also numbered. So number 733. So let's step outside and take a look around one more time of just the cross-drilled rotors and the Brembo calipers. And right next to it, we've got the 2018 Honda. This just came out. I drove this earlier. This has a fantastic engine. It's got the same engine platform as the Civic Type R, but this one has actually 10 speeds. It's got a very fast automatic transmission, lots of power, again, front wheel drive. Again, this is going to be a very popular car in the States, and it looks gorgeous. You know, it's not like that boring sedan look anymore. Everything just has this aggressive look to it. And I think if you look from the distance, there might be some sort of similarities between the two. What do you think? Moving on. So now we've got a trio of Mazdas on our right. We've got the CX-9, the newly redesigned CX-5, and of course the Mazda Miata RF. Excuse me, the MX-5 RF. Again, we've got the hood up right now. Again, this is just one of the prettiest looking cars out there on the road that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Again, beautiful. So moving on to the rest of the parking lot, we have the Subarus. We've got the Subaru BRZ. This has the performance package, so it has the 5 horsepower bump. And we've got the new Subaru Outback. Looking around, we've got some Toyotas, and right next to the Toyotas we have the Lexus booth. So for today they brought out the LS 500 and the LC 500. Now, I drove the LC500 earlier. This is the performance version. It's not the hybrid version. This is a fantastically amazing sounding V8 car. It sounds mean. It's very luxurious, but you know, it feels a bit heavy. But just this thing is such a looker. It looks great from every angle. It has a very concept car look to it. It doesn't even look like a production car, but again, looks fantastic, sounds amazing. Definitely something that you're gonna see around your neighborhood. You know, if you live in a nicer place, maybe, I don't know, but you're definitely gonna see a lot of these on the road, just because it's so unique looking. People are going to fall in love with it, and I'm falling in love with it right now as we speak. So, right in front of that, we have a couple of Kias. We have the new Kia Niro, also the Kia, I believe, Forte or Rio. But anywho, moving on. We're about to wrap up here. We've got, rounding this corner, we have the Chevrolet booth. And facing them, we've got the FCA booth. So we've got the Chrysler Pacifica, and we've got the Durango SRT. So this has the 392 engine, making 475 horsepower. This thing is a beast. And right next to it, of course, we've got the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. This thing has a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 engine. That's right, that's the same exact engine that's in the Hellcat. So this thing is making 707 horsepower. It's a beast, and it's just a really fast SUV. And I mean, is there a reason for this thing to exist? I wonder, because it's so powerful and it's an SUV. Does it make sense? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? And of course, here we've got the Chevrolet. We've got the new Buicks. Now, this is a really interesting looking Buick Avenir. Looks more upscale, looks pretty luxurious, but not really performance oriented. But if you love Buicks, let me know. And wrapping up, we've got the rest of the FCA cars here. So of course we've got the Giulia. This is not the Quadrifoglio, unfortunately, but I believe this is the TI edition. Right next to it we have the Fiat 500 Abarth. This is a mean sounding little car, and I believe this has the 1.4 or 1.6 multi-air engine. Again, it's such a peppy engine, and when placed in such a small platform like that, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to drive. And right next to it we've got the Fiat 124 Abarth. Comes in a stick, yes, and this of course has a nice little turbo engine, has more power than the non-Abarth model, and this is going to be a riot when you drive it. I think this might be a little bit better than the Mazda Miata. I don't know, what do you think? Right next to it we've got the Jeep Compass. I believe this is the Trail Hawk version. Right next to it we got the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, and I drove this earlier today. This is a fantastic crossover. Now, fantastic and crossover don't usually come together as part of a sentence, but this is a beautiful car. The inside is very luxurious. It's got it's understated luxury, really. It's not in your face about it, but it is beautifully put together. It's got an 8-speed automatic transmission, which shifts really fast. It's unbelievable. It feels like a dual clutch transmission, but it's not. It's a single clutch, but it's just shifting is just lightning quick. I don't know how they do it, but you can get high performance with really good mileage, so go figure that out. Right next to it we've got the G80 Genesis. This thing is a newcomer. It's a completely new car. Well, it's about 1 year old, but of course Genesis is the luxury arm of the Hyundai family. And looking at this right now, this looks really fantastic. It's got like a really menacing look. got like a really good presence to it, and I haven't sat inside yet. And you know what I really like about this is this very dark looking chrome that from a distance it kind of gives off different hues. Looks really interesting, but anywho, I think this looks fantastic. Got big brake calipers in the back, and just the profile. I'm just completely in love with this car right now, even though I haven't driven in it yet. But I'm sure that this has a pretty big engine. I believe it's got a V6, 3.8 liter. I may be wrong, but again, this is something special. 3.3 turbo, sorry. But yeah. So anyway, I think I've gone on long enough, and I'm here for the WAPARally. Again, we have access to all of these different cars, and we're going to drive them today. So people are now slowly coming out of their of the building here so that they can drive these cars. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, just put it down in the comments and we'll try to respond to you offline. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Hanson, and don't forget to give us a like, give us a subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.